Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Severe thunderstorms, heavy rainfall, and flooding are possible from the northern Rockies into the upper Midwest. A derecho is likely across portions of the northern plains, with several gusts expected to exceed 75 miles per hour. Extreme heat is expected to intensify across much of the southeast and the Tennessee Valley, continuing through much of the week. Closer to home, best chance for rain will be today and tomorrow, with flash flooding being the primary hazard. High pressure influences the area beginning tomorrow and remains over the area through the weekend, focusing storm chances westward over the area mountains. Lingering moisture keeps temperatures near to below average through the work week, becoming warmer than average over the weekend thanks to a high pressure system. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Tuesday, July 29th. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, Owen Road, and War Highway are scheduled to remain open all day.
Last Wednesday, agents with the White Mountain Task Force, with assistance from officers from the Alamogordo Police Department and deputies from the Otero County Sheriff's Department, executed a narcotics investigation at the Suburban Inn. The operation resulted in 5 arrests and the seizure of significant illegal drugs, cash, and a firearm. They recovered $836 in cash, nearly 315 grams of methamphetamine, just short of 8 grams of cocaine, a little over 3 grams of heroin, a variety of narcotic pills, digital scales, and a gun. Lincoln County residents and businesses affected by severe storms, flooding, and landslides that began on June 23rd are eligible to apply for disaster unemployment assistance. The New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions announced today that President Donald Trump approved disaster aid for New Mexico, authorizing unemployment assistance for Lincoln County. Workers, including self-employed individuals who have been unable to work due to the disaster, can file an application by calling the Unemployment Insurance Operations Center, 877-664-6984. The deadline to apply is September 22nd. Skyward, the story of radio-controlled flight, is the latest exhibit at the New Mexico Museum of Space History. Olga Villanos is the Public Relations and Marketing Director for the museum, and she spoke about the exhibit, which also pays homage to George Holloman, whose legacy lives on at Holloman Air Force Base.
So Skywired is an exhibit where we talk about the development of radio-controlled aviation. It's remote-controlled aircraft. And so we go from the very beginning of creating radio transmission for long distance. So there would be a transmitter and a receiver, and that occurred in 1895, all the way till just 3 years later, Nikola Tesla, he demonstrated a radio-controlled boat. And then it goes all the way through the development of these remote-controlled crafts, all the way till today's modern warcraft, the drones. So in our exhibit, there's actually some scale models of these warbirds. In addition, there's an interactive where you can you can fly a digital aircraft. It's a lot of fun. I just played with it today. Our exhibit also includes the Big Guff, and it was made in 1937 by the Good brothers. They were twins. They designed a simple single-channel radio system using vacuum tubes and relays. And you can see the replica of it made by another set of hobbyists, Bill Lyon and Robert Moore. They were from El Paso, and they used plans from a 1937 edition of All Trails magazine. Of course, that plan was created by the Good brothers. The plane is in our museum, and it's one of only 3 of them in the entire world. The Big Guff was a spark ignition engine, and it had a radio-controlled transmitter, a ham radio that was so big that it had to go into a truck. It had to be transported in the back of a pickup truck. So it's there at the museum for you to see it. And a little cute detail, there's a cartoon of Goofy on the side of it. It's like the primitive Goofy from 1937. It's a really cool thing to see.
Villano speaking with KRWG. More information available by contacting the museum. The Village of Cloudcroft is announcing a special meeting regarding budget for fiscal year 25-26, and that's on Thursday at 6 p.m. at Village Chambers. The City of Alamogordo presents Fourth Friday with live music by Hear No Evil. The event is free on Friday, August 22nd from 7 until 11 at Washington Park. Tularosa Wildcats present Back to School. Meet the Teacher on August 4th for elementary, intermediate, and pre-K. Back to School night for middle and high school is going to take place on August 1st from 4 until 8, and the first day of school is August 6th. Alamogordo Public Schools presents Back to School. Stepping Stones and Elementary, taking place on Monday, August 4th, middle school and high school, Tuesday, August 5th. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Bruce and Samantha Anglin of Luna County have been accused of locking their child in a hot shed. They faced a judge yesterday evening, pled not guilty to felony child abuse charges. Court documents say deputies with the Luna County Sheriff's Department found a 6-year-old child locked into a shed with temperatures inside exceeding 100 degrees. According to court documents, the Anglins considered this to be a form of punishment. The documents went into greater detail about the deplorable condition, saying the shed reeked of feces and urine. If convicted of all charges, Bruce Anglin could be looking at least a decade behind bars. Samantha Anglin faces child abuse charges because she did nothing to stop the abuse. The couple are being held in the Luna County Detention Center. Following up on a story we covered yesterday, 21-year-old Dominic Gage Martinez of Las Cruces was responsible for an incident that led up to an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. He's been arrested and faces a felony count of aggravated assault on a peace officer, along with misdemeanor counts of resisting or obstructing an assault against a household member. Around 3:40 in the afternoon on Sunday, Las Cruces police were dispatched to a domestic incident involving Martinez. The reporting party told police that Martinez was armed with a firearm and threatening to shoot someone. Officers arrived and confronted Martinez. At some point, at least one shot was fired by an officer before non-lethal force was used to take him down. Martinez was transported to a local hospital with non-gunshot, non-life-threatening injuries that he obtained while being taken into custody. He was released shortly thereafter and booked into the Donna Ana County Detention Center, where he is initially being held without bond. The officer was not injured and was placed on administrative leave, which is standard protocol for this type of incident. The officer-involved incident task force is investigating this incident. The task force includes investigators from New Mexico State Police, the Las Cruces Police Department, Donna Ana County Sheriff's Department, and the New Mexico State University Police. New videos released show how a man tried to convince police that he just gave a coworker a ride and didn't know he was about to shoot a man on a city bus. In the parking lot of Champion Car Wash in Taos, sheriff deputies surrounded a 25-year-old Jonathan Morales and ordered him to stick his hand out the window and lift his shirt to make sure he wasn't armed. Deputies tracked his black Mercedes after it was seen at the Rancho's United States Postal Service. That's where a man had been shot to death in an apparent hit on June 9th. The victim was shot in the head 3 times, but he was still sitting inside of a New Mexico Transportation Blue Bus. Sheriff's deputy said Morales was the driver, while Martin Palomino was the shooter. When Morales asked why deputies were there, they told him it was about a murder. They added that someone got out of Morales' car and shot someone. Meanwhile, deputies also found a gun and a paper bag inside of the car belonging to Morales. When the deputies questioned him about the shooting, he said he didn't know what they were talking about. Then he requested a lawyer. He was taken to the sheriff's department for questioning. Morales said he was simply giving a coworker a ride, but didn't know about the coworker's name or exact post office he took him to. Morales continued to tell the officer he didn't know anything about the incident and suggested they call his district lead to prove he was at work during that shooting. The deputy told Morales they had found Palomino and that he should cooperate, but Morales stuck to his story, saying he didn't know what Palomino's intentions were. Morales is currently facing a first-degree murder charge along with a conspiracy to commit murder. Martin Palomino is also been charged with murder. 34-year-old Amy Lamar of Santa Fe is facing federal charges in connection with a drug distribution case that resulted in a death. Officials say Lamar distributed a mixture containing fentanyl and methamphetamine to an individual on October of 2023 who died as a result of using that substance. Lamar has been charged with 1 count of distribution of fentanyl resulting in death and 1 count of distribution of methamphetamine resulting in death. If convicted of the current charges, she faces up to 20 years in prison. Scam text messages about unpaid toll fees have been surging this year. Chances are you or someone you know has received more than one. The Federal Trade Commission says scammers are now taking things further by pretending to be the Department of Motor Vehicles. Instead of messages about unpaid tolls, which is ridiculous since New Mexico has no toll roads, scammers are sending texts claiming you owe money for an overdue traffic ticket. The messages often sound alarming, threatening that if you don't click a link to pay, you'll be reported to a DMV violation database. They also threaten service fees, license suspension, prosecution, and damage to your credit score. The Federal Trade Commission says these messages are fake, designed to steal your money and personal information. If you're concerned about overdue tickets, contact the DMV and ask. You can also search the official website or phone number yourself because you never want to click on links in an unsolicited text.
Every summer, it happens, again and again. A parent steps away for just a minute, but that minute can turn deadly. On a hot day, the temperature inside a parked car can soar by 20 degrees in just 10 minutes. Even with the windows cracked, the heat builds fast, becoming a deadly trap for a child. Children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults. Heat stroke can begin when a child's body reaches 104 degrees. At 107 degrees, it can be fatal. Last year alone, 24 children died in the U.S. from being left in hot cars, each one preventable. Never leave a child in a vehicle, not even for a minute. Look before you lock. This message is brought to you by the Alamogordo Fire Department and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Protect kids, prevent tragedy.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies. There's a 60% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with a 30% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 50% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 87. Low tonight of 68. High tomorrow, 91 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny skies today with a 60% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts between 1 to 2 inches expected. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 30% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Partly sunny tomorrow with a 60% chance of more showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 67. Low tonight of 50. High tomorrow, 69 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Tuesday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.